What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're having a look at the brand new Dragon Defending Drought Jack event, the 8-star difficulty event. And this event honestly is pretty easy, and you know, if you have a couple of the more recent free-to-play units, you're definitely not going to have any issues with this event. Probably the most important unit that you would need is the Kizuna Blackbeard that just came out. If you have that unit, you're going to have a very easy time with this event. But before we actually get into that, let's actually go ahead and talk about the brand new free-to-play Jack that you get from the event. Remember, you can go ahead and farm it up. There are Chopper Man missions relating to this event, and you know, you can get some really cool rewards, like, you know, obviously cotton candy. You got the limit break materials for the free-to-play unit, which you can drop in the event, but you know, the drop rates aren't the best. Gems and there's some tickets in here as well, like for a legend ticket and stuff. So yeah, definitely worth farming up. But of course, this is going to be available for at least for another two and a half weeks or so. So you got plenty of time to do it. And let's actually jump into the Jack breakdown. Now, my one is not fully limit broken. I haven't really fed him any limit break orbs yet. So this is as pure as you're going to get. So this unit is a DEX powerhouse fighter character. Jack's captain ability is a -1 cooldown and 3 times attack to powerhouse and fighter characters, not very good. And then special ability, which will have a multi-stage. Stage 2 though, reduces enemies' defense to 0 for 1 turn. Psi, Int, Recovery, and Tandem slots are beneficial to your team. And if the enemy has a barrier when you launch the special, you get a 3.25 times chain lock for 3 turns. Otherwise, it's a 2.75 times chain lock for 3 turns. This special ability though is actually very useful for the event itself, and Jack himself is boosted by 1.15 times points, meaning anything you drop will get that multiplier added on top of it, furthering your progression through the Chopper Man missions. Also, receiving -7 cooldown at the start of the quest means that you'll be able to get him ready a lot quicker in this event. So the free-to-play Blackbeard and this Jack, if you have both of these units ready to go, you shouldn't have any issues moving forward in this event. So that's the breakdown of Jack. You know, pretty basic unit, but you know, not the best, but hey, it's a free-to-play unit. He's going to be boosted in the next treasure map. Definitely nice to have. But anyways, now that we've gone through that, let's go ahead and break down the event with a few teams that I have for you guys in today's video. Jumping into the video today, the first team that we have is going to be a carrot team, 6+ carrot with a friend captain Neko. Now, I have actually teams in this video that don't even use the new legend as the friend captain. So the first 2 teams use the new legend, but then the additional 3 teams you guys will see in this video, they do not use the new brand new captain at all. So it's actually pretty easy to build, right? Which is awesome. Now, as I mentioned at the start of the video, the brand new Kizuna Blackbeard is going to be absolutely phenomenal for this quest, as his special is just perfect for the final boss stage. So ensure you have that ready to go, and if you have that, it's going to be awesome. Stage 3 here, this is where you'd ideally use the brand new free-to-play Jack, because when you use his special, because the enemy has a barrier, you actually get the 3.25 times chain lock. And the fact that it lasts for 3 turns is really nice, because when you move into the stage 4 versus enemy Jack, he does inflict a 4-turn chain lock of 1.1 to your team. So if you already have a withstanding chain lock, you can just avoid it for free by using that Jack special on stage 3 and carrying it into this boss stage. Now, Carrot as the captain, or at least having Carrot as your friend or your captain, makes this event a lot easier, just being able to bypass defensive effects. So good for that stage 3. And of course, having special abilities that can reduce your character's cooldowns makes things a lot easier as well, as in this stage here versus Jack on stage 4, you will get special reversed and also get given the special charge lock, so you can only reduce your character's cooldowns if you use a special ability that can reduce the cooldown itself. You can't magically or passively get your cooldown just by clearing a turn. It's a pretty annoying debuff, to be honest, but of course the new legends and 6+ carrot both counter this directly. Something that you should also know is that if you activate an attack boost on the final boss stage, he will interrupt that by removing your beneficial effects, which is really bad. So ideally, Cat Viper is like the most ideal friend captain here, because you can get an orb boost on stage 4 and then carry an attack boost into the final stage for free. But by activating the Blackbeard special and like a color affinity special, that's typically all you'll need to kill him, because he does only have 7 million HP. Now this secondary team here is again utilizing one of the legend friend captains. This time it was going to be Dogstorm, and as a sub we do have the brand new free-to-play Jack. Now I think in this clip here I do actually kind of screw up and I forget to activate the Jack special on stage 3 to carry the chain lock into stage 4, but despite that we actually still kill stage 4, which is awesome, so that's awesome to see. But you know, ideally activate that so that you don't get inflicted with the negative chain lock on stage 4. And you know, Dogstorm isn't as ideal for this quest because his special gives you an attack boost on the first turn, and then if you hit 2 perfects you get the orb boost on the following turn, which, you know, as I said, is not like super ideal comparatively to a character like Neko, which is able to get you the attack boost on the final boss stage, where he typically would not allow you to do that. But in terms of the other characters on this team, we do have Ace and Sabo, which will allow us to remove the bind that gets inflicted to our middle character rows on stage 4. The orb boost from them doesn't matter though, it really doesn't, even though it only works for shooter and free spirit characters. It's just redundant because we do activate the special ability of Dog, which does give us an attack boost on this stage, which is, you know, the most ideal way to get through. It gives us a lot of damage there, and despite the fact that we really don't have any matching slot either for Dogstorm, we are able to kill stage 4 in a single turn. And then on the final boss stage, by activating Blackbeard and then the Toadskii special. Toadskii is actually a boosted unit, by the way, so she's a pretty optimal unit to be bringing to this quest, though her special will only provide color affinity to cerebral and slasher characters. Well, luckily, you know, the brand new legends as well as Carrot is also a slasher, but Carrot won't be getting the color affinity because she's a quick unit. But if you do bring slashers or cerebral units, Toadskii is a good option because she will give you that color affinity and also removes 4 turns of defense up. So hypothetically, if you didn't have Blackbeard, you definitely want Toadskii on the team to remove the defense and give color affinity to make this stage a lot easier. Moving on now to the next set of teams. Now, the next 3 teams in this video do not use Dogstorm or Cat Viper as a friend captain, but we do opt for Carrot because bypassing defensive effects is incredibly broken. So we are building teams around having that Carrot friend captain, and in this instance here, we will be using Halloween Ace as the captain, which I have not used in a really long time. And because the enemy's HP isn't that high, right? Like the main boss only has 7 million HP. You know, multipliers of like Halloween Ace, for example, which are only 4 times, are perfectly okay for this quest. And even if you do have him limit break expanded, you get a 4.5 times boost instead with Halloween Ace, so it makes it even better. But as I said, due to the HP values of these bosses, you really don't have to worry about it. Now, the Borsalino on this team is definitely replaceable. You do not need him at all. Just put a point booster on it, it'll be way better. Luffy and the Straw Hats are also really good for this quest. They get a lot of cooldown because they are a boosted unit, so it means that, you know, even though they have a naturally high cooldown, you don't really have to worry about that. It's going to make it annoying to use this character in the future on other events where they're not boosted, just due to the fact that their cooldown is so freaking high. But you can definitely use their special in such a way, depending on what type of buffs you have active, to carry orbs through multiple stages, which you guys will be seeing in multiple teams moving forward here. But of course, Ace's special is really nice because it does remove the bind on this stage and provide an attack boost for our characters as well. And as I did mention earlier, you know, you really only need Blackbeard special and like one other special to just get the guaranteed kill. Even with Blackbeard special alone, that probably will be enough depending on your team composition, depending on the captains, if you have matching slots. Blackbeard special is just so incredibly broken for this quest as it removes all debuffs and gives you a 2 times conditional boost against the enemy on the final boss room. It's just so strong. Moving on now to the second last team, we're using another character that I don't use too often, which is going to be 6+ DEX Sabo. Of course, a lot of the really good units for this event are actually fighter, shooter, or free spirit characters. So in this quest here, you know, the free-to-play Jack and also the free-to-play Kizuna Blackbeard are both fighter characters. Works very well with Sabo, and the fact that Sabo provides an attack boost for 2 turns and also a chain boost for 2 turns means that on the stage 4 versus Jack, we can use the Sabo special to give us those buffs, and then using the Luffy special, because we have 2 or more beneficial buffs, we can get a full board of rainbow slots, lock them, and then any beneficial buff that increases our damage is extended by 1 turn, meaning that Sabo's buffs will last for 3 turns, carrying the attack and chain boost into the final boss room, meaning we can have an attack boost on the final boss stage, and that's a really, really good thing. All the characters on this team are boosted, aside from Sabo himself, and, you know, we have the free-to-play Rumble Warple. He's not, like, too crazy, but he does provide an orb boost to shooters and driven characters, so that's really nice because Blackbeard is driven, Sabo is a shooter, so it actually works pretty well, to be honest. And of course, Kara provides orb boosting effects, and it's just a really nice team, and really comfortable, and actually really quick. I think this is actually one of the quickest teams that we actually used, despite the fact that, you know, we stalled a little bit on the first couple of rooms. It's actually a very quick team, just due to the fact that you know, when you reach these boss stages, there's not really much that has to be done. You get through it pretty comfortably. So I'll leave you guys with the rest of this clip, and then we'll move on to the final team of the video. Moving on now to the final team of the video, and this is going to be V2 Borsalino, another character that I recently pulled and I really wanted to use in this content. He's really good captain, gives you -2 cooldown at the start of the quest, so kind of like a pseudo carrot in a way for speed farming. Has a great special ability that will be on display in this quest, as well as, you know, just being a 4 times captain or 4.5 times captain to strength, dex, and quick. So that's really, really nice. And of course, we do use Luffy in the Straw Hats again, just because, you know, matching slots are really awesome. Jack and Blackbeard once again, Warple once again. Like, these really accessible free-to-play units. Like, if you've been playing just recently, you should have Jack because you get him in the event. Even if you have to clear the earlier difficulty, like the 4-star difficulty, whatever it's called, just to get Jack, then use him in your team. Makes it very easy. I mean, Kizuna Blackbeard literally just happened, so hopefully you guys have that Blackbeard. And then also Warple, a free-to-play Rumble unit. So if you have, like, this core of units, as long as you have, like, the interchangeable captain that you want, and then replace Luffy with, like, some type of unit that can give you matching slots, ideally, like, this event is just ridiculously easy. And of course, make sure to go ahead and get farming. You've got, like, around, like, 16-17 days to get it done as of the release of this video, and make sure to go ahead and farm it because you get some really dope rewards, including legend tickets, gems, cotton candy, tomes, whatever it is you need. So that is going to wrap up this video today. Thank you very much for watching, and if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.